Today I'm going to show you a video that's basically in two parts. I'm going to show you the birds using this fountain that could cost as little as $10 or as much as $30, and how it runs all night and keeps them coming even at 5 o'clock in the morning, because with this one you don't need the sun. And then we're going to go into a box opening discussing how we can set them up and different methods and ideas, tips and tricks to bring in the birds. Hi, this is Robbie from Southern California, and I'm going to show you another type of pet fountain that you can buy in many different stores. This one has a curve when the water comes out, kind of like all the way on the side, not in the middle like a lot of the other fountains I have worked with. I'm going to tell you the birds absolutely love it. What's really good about this is you don't have to do anything. There's no manipulation to it. You just open it up and go for it. In other words, you don't need a soldering iron, but you could just use your imagination on how you would like to set this up. This is a baby oriole taking a bath, and we'll talk about that clay pot in a minute, because what I'm showing you here is a couple different styles of the curved waterfall type pet fountain. These are drinking fountains for cats and dogs that you use in the house, but we'll get more into that in a few moments on how you can use it outside so your birds can enjoy it. And I've been using it for quite a while, and they love it. This is a simple one I found. It's a cheap model. You put it together like this and see how it goes back into the container. Now, I found this porcelain cup at a thrift store. It's probably worth something. I really liked it, so I didn't want to lose it, and I tied it on with a piece of wire so no bird will tip it over, because it's real lightweight, and that's all you need to do to these things. And then I did later on go back and put some rocks in it, gave it a little more weight. The house finches came to it. Let me tell you something, all the birds came to it. It was just too cute. Look at that. I've never seen one before, and that's the only one I ever found, that I probably found it like 15, 20 years ago. Sitting in a cupboard doing nothing. Now, it's got a life. It could be my bird bath outside. I think it's just so cute. You look around and see what you've got. You could leave it just the way the fountain comes. That is not a problem. After all, the birds are coming because they hear and see running water. And running water is the number one thing that attracts birds. Not just hummingbirds, a lot of different birds. And I think the unit looks really cute just the way it comes. But I want it to last a little longer, especially if you got it sitting out in the sun. And they use this early morning before the sun rises, and in the evening as well. I like putting them in a different bowl. Just go ahead and sit the unit in a bowl. And here I took some flower pots, added in some cuttings of geranium, so I didn't even have to buy anything, and gave it a little more cute look to it, kind of a little garden look with flowers. Why not? And look how cute this is. This is a very reliable pump. I love solar fountains, but when you put the solar ones out there, what happens when the clouds go by and it's a cloudy day, or it starts to rain, and don't kid yourself, they take a bath in the rain? Well, it doesn't run. With this, it runs perfectly. And what I love about these units, look how cute and lightweight they are. You can change them up. You want to do a different style? Put something there like that beautiful, expensive green tray. I'm kidding. That's the lid off of a coffee jar. A coffee jar lid. Didn't cost me anything. Something we throw in the recycle bin? Well, now we can use it for our pleasure, or I should say, the hummingbirds will use it for their pleasure. Put some rocks there. Put some rocks in the container as well, and off he goes swimming. He's got his own swimming pool. Is that not cute? And then, of course, the goldfinches too, and all the other birds are going to come to it. Keep in mind, if there's holes in the lid where the water's got to go through, don't block them. So that's why I've got some rocks there. Gives it a little lift and the water can flow back. Or you can always take a soldering iron and make extra holes if you really needed to. But the rocks did the job, and I didn't have to put any other holes in the lid. Now, there are other styles too, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, and different things you can use. This particular one is still the lightweight one, and I put a clay pot there. This clay pot was from Home Depot. 97 cents and no holes, and it just is so cute. And you know how birds love clay pots, especially the hummingbirds. They can grip onto that really good, so keep that in mind. But plastic is fine, glass, porcelain, whatever you want to use. And no, don't get me started with the goldfinches. They've been fighting over this thing. They come in such large numbers just to take a bath, get a drink, and it's adorable to sit and watch. It's very hard for me to get any work done because I want to just sit and look. I think you're really going to enjoy this. There's not a lot of craft work that you have to do, but of course you can turn it into more of a craft job by adding in flowers and flower pots and changing up the whole decor of it. So you can leave it as is and do nothing and the birds will love it, or you can put so much time and effort into it, change it up, make it look so cute, and the birds will still use it. This is for your enjoyment, not theirs. Look at this, a coffee lid, and they just get in there and splash. You can't do anything else that's more fun and enjoyable than recycling and upcycling items around the house. And like I said, the hummingbirds love it. So if you're buying one of these fountains that have the curve and they're offset as well, because you saw me do the fountains that have the straight spout, these are different because they come in two different types. The ones to the side, like this, and the ones in the middle. The birds are enjoying it. I don't know what this bird is. Came in this morning. It looks like it's a little green warbler. It could be an orange crown because you can't see the orange on the crown. It's underneath the feathers. But it's a tiny little bird. And boy, did he enjoy that. And like I said, this has been a favorite, so this is an absolute keeper. I do change my fountains out periodically just to give the birds a little bit more entertainment and different things to find in the garden. But they seem to really enjoy this pet fountain no matter how or what I put it in, whether it's a different bucket or a different tray with flowers. So I'm going to keep this one set up probably all the time. The thing with these fountains, and these are pet drinking fountains for cats and dogs, you can find them cheap and they're a good price. You can find them from as low as $10 and they can go as high as $30, $35. If you went to buy a bird fountain, it could cost you $100, $200, or $300, where you can put out a beautiful fountain for under $30 and enjoy it for many years. It comes with a pump. It comes with everything you need. And you know it's pet friendly, so it's going to be perfectly fine for the birds. Sit it in the shade, sit it maybe in a partial sun, wherever you want to put it. But look at these goldfinches having a blast with it, because water is so important for the birds. And remember, moving water brings in so many more birds than just a plain old bowl of water, because they hear it, they see it, and after all, it even tastes better. So I've been tagging them when I see them. You'll see little boxes and you can go look at them. Oh, the scrub jay scared them off. Check them out and also scroll down. There'll be many more fountains there, even the ones I didn't tag. So let's get right into opening the box and explaining in details and giving you more tips on how to set them up and why I love them so much. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you this fountain. This is different than a lot of the other fountains I've been using. Why? It's a whole different setup. Comes with instructions. Now keep in mind, this style you can find in different makes. It doesn't have to be this one. This particular one is called NPET, N-P-E-T. You can find it at Walmart. I think everybody's got it. Even Chewy has that brand. It's a real simple fountain. What I like about it is it has the spout on the side, which is very different than the ones we've been using. And it's got a long cord. Now, here's the thing. This is the most important thing when we're making this fountain, is we need to make sure it has a USB plug. 99% of these pet fountains do have it. Read the instructions, or if it doesn't say, make sure you can return it if it doesn't. Because if it has a regular conventional plug, you will need an outlet outside. With this, you will not, because what we're going to do is plug it into a power bank. And you know what? Keep an eye out for those because they put them on sale real cheap. And let me tell you something. I can tell you right now that the NPET, this is the exact same size as a solar fountain kit pump. So you can get a solar kit pump, use that instead for the summer, and then as you start getting cloudy, you can go ahead and go back to this pump, which is fantastic. And that's what I do. I've been swapping a lot of them out. I like the idea that all the water is contained in one unit, and it's just so much easier that way. I don't have to look for a bowl or anything, or I can put this whole unit in a bowl. The birds have been having a blast. Why? Because they come at 5 in the morning to take a bath. As soon as the sun is up, they're up. And that must fit right on the pump. Oh, yeah. So we're going to put that there. Let's see how this goes in. Now, the reason I like this is you don't have to do anything with this particular style. All you have to do is figure out what you want to put on top. Okay, I think I've got to get it to go through there. Put the pump on like this. Oh, that's it, we're done. I can put some water in here so we can see how it works. But I want you to see all the stuff, the things I've been doing with it outside and how the birds are having a blast. I'm going to put that back on there, make sure the pump is in. Okay, there it is. Now, there's slits on the side. This one's actually better than the one I've got outside. The one I've got outside, the holes are on the bottom, so you may have to make extra holes in case the water gets blocked by what I'm going to do next. Or lift it up so the water, when you have holes, you want to make sure the holes don't get blocked. You can lift up your tray. This is what's been fun. This is just a yogurt cup. You can use something like this. You can use anything. I'll show you the other one where I'm using a little teacup and had a little bird on the handle. I found it at a thrift store. It's porcelain. That one I wired onto here because I didn't want the birds to knock it off. This is from coffee. It's from the top of a coffee jar. Now what you're going to want to do is weigh this down with rocks. By putting rocks in there, the hummingbirds will get in there, and it's like a little hot tub that's cold, and they take a bath. It is so cute. This is just some rocks I collected around the property. That's it. We're literally done. There's nothing to do here. The only other thing you could do if you wanted to is swap out the pump for the summer if you have no clouds, or leave it the way it is. And I let these things run all night. They seem to run for about 4 days. This is a 20,000, but the 10,000, now see, I run it day and night. So for 4 days, that's pretty good. If you buy a 10,000 or an 8,000, it's going to run for a couple days. Get 2 of them. So this way, when it runs out, you just simply unplug it, bring it in, charge it up. They charge up in a matter of hours. But in the meantime, the birds aren't waiting for something like, hey, you took our fountain away. But you could use anything that will fit on top. I love looking for things like this that come out of the kitchen. See, this is too big, will not work unless you tilt it, I guess. But there'd be no reason for that. So just use that for holding rocks and stuff. But you could leave it just like this and put your rocks in it that way. By putting rocks in, it's very inviting to the birds. If they go to a stream, or they go to a lake, or if they go to the street, or in the yard, you're watering your garden, there's puddles, and they get in the puddles. I see birds do that all the time. When they see rocks, they know what it is. When it's clear plastic, it's like, hey, we're going to stand on the edge and look. And let me tell you something. This is so perfect that they can stand on the edge, look at it, see it safe, and jump in. But either way, if you don't want to do anything to it, leave it. Your orioles, all your birds, your house finches will go in there and take a bath. Or put a little cute cup in there to add a little color and put something like that. Just right, it's kind of like you're containing the water a little bit. No reason, it's up to you. It's kind of for looks is what it is. But there it's going to sit, and it just looks cute to me. And that's what I've been doing. That's totally up to you. This is waterproof. You don't have to worry about rain or anything. Now to protect it from the sunlight, UV rays, you could just lift this whole thing up and put it in any bowl of your choice. You could put plants around it. Look at the ones I've got that I'll be showing you here. You can fill this up with plants. You can do all kinds of things. But I tend to look for cute bowls and then do it that way. This is the only thing that this gets wet and it will burn out. So what I do with this is I put this in either a plastic bag because it never gets hot while it's running. Put it in a plastic bag, put it in a zipper bag. I've got some pencil bags that I get that you put in notebooks. Put them in there, put them in a pencil box, snap it shut, make a little divot with maybe a soldering iron or a scissors so you can get the cord out and put it there. I've even wrapped it in a towel and then threw it in a plastic bag in case the sun was beating on it, and tuck it away in the shade. And that's all you need to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. The birds are having a blast. I've got them outside. I'm going to get this one outside too. And well, I've got plans for this bowl, but I'm going to get another bowl and just sit it in there, and they're going to have so much fun taking a bath. And remember, on hot days, all you have to do is lift that up, put some ice cubes in there, or put some ice cubes on the outside, and they will love you for that. So with that, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. This is really beautiful. That fly better not be in my video.